Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Tian, absolutely hilarious comedian. I believe she said she's from China, moved over to Australia at a very young age though, so she's Australian basically. Here we are with how I lost my home language. I can't wait to jump in. Before we do, make sure you subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up. Jenny, talk to me.
So Mandarin is my parents' first language. They're from mainland China, and it's kind of all they ever really speak. Mandarin is not my first language. I only ever speak it in a life or death situation, like if I'm in a Chinese restaurant and there's no pictures on the menu. And I pretend it doesn't break my parents' hearts when they hear me say, but I'm in Australia, and in Australia, everyone here speaks English. Like, I don't need to know any Mandarin. And like cryptic fortune tellers, they would say, but it is important for your future. Not that I trust my parents, because here's the type of people they are. They named me Jenny, after Jenny in the 1994 film Forrest Gump.
I love you, Jenny. Why don't you love me? Oh, I love Forrest Gump, dog. But yeah, the parents should have been on her about Mandarin at a very young age. You feel me? Like, as you get older, it's just not interested, and it's just harder to learn the language. You feel me? So, she said, we're in Australia. I don't need to speak it. And at that point, like, how much more can I learn? Like, it's not something that I want to actively go out and learn.
94 film Forrest Gump. And when they say, I love you, Jenny, I feel like they're just quoting the movie. No, I'm kidding. Asian parents don't say I love you. So we flash back to the year 2010. I hang out with my best friend in the world, Vivian, and we do things like go to bubble tea stands, and we call each other every single night. And regardless of your mathematical ability, everyone in the 2010s knew this very important equation, which is the higher the price of the phone bill, the stronger the friendship. And me and Vivian had very expensive phone bills.
Jesus.
Now one day we're sitting in class and the teacher makes an announcement. She says that we are welcoming a new student to class today. Her name is Stephanie, and she's just moved over from China. And when Stephanie says hello to everyone, she's got a really clear, distinct Chinese accent, and it's obvious that she's not as familiar with English. So I want to make her feel welcome, and I introduce myself to her after class. And she responds with, 你说普通话, which means, do you speak Mandarin? And I say, 说, which means yes. Very impressive. Because me speaking in Mandarin makes someone else feel included. And there is no one else in my class that can do this. I feel like I'm the horse whisperer, or the dog whisperer, except I'm the Chinese whisperer. And also, like the game Chinese Whispers, I can only make out about half of what the other person's saying. Now, I slowly introduced Stephanie to my circle of friends, including to Vivian. Now, the thing is, aside from English, Vivian only knows Cantonese, whereas I only know Mandarin, and Stephanie knows both. And Mandarin, by the way, is not the same thing as Cantonese. Mandarin is more common, more widely spoken, more popular, and therefore superior. And as Vivian and Stephanie get closer and closer, I just find myself on the sidelines a lot, just listening to Cantonese.
Dang, she don't know what they say. She only know how to speak Mandarin, but they can both speak Cantonese. And now my girl Jenny left out from the crew, and she's becoming that third wheel. It's sad. It is sad, Jenny. Continue the story.
I just find myself on the sidelines a lot, just listening to Cantonese. And me and Vivian's phone bills become very affordable. Now, I kind of try to join in to Stephanie and Vivian's conversations, but I don't really know any Cantonese, aside from Gong Hei Fat Choi.
What that mean?
Yeah, we got some Cantonese people in. Yeah, that one means have a happy new year.
Oh.
And the other one I know is Julai Lo Mo, which means fuck your mum. I mean, it's clear what's happening here, right? Like, Stephanie is a thief and she's stealing my best friend away.
Yeah.
Fuck Stephanie, fuck Vivian, fuck the Cantonese. They're like Cantonese. Now, one day I'm sitting around during lunchtime and someone starts and she goes, oh my God, that international student is so annoying. And I'm like, yeah, I find her frustrating too. And she goes, do you want to know what Stephanie said about you?
Oh.
Stephanie said, your Mandarin is so awful. She thought you had a mental disability.
Dang, Stephanie. I thought y'all was cool. She said your Mandarin was so awful. She thought you had a disability. Is crazy. I mean, be your friends with that sharp knife right in your back. Sharp knife right in your. I'm telling you, it be the ones closest to you. Jenny, I know you had to go off on her. I know you had to go off on her, Jenny. I know you gave it to her.
She thought you had a mental disability. Now, my immediate instinct is to go up to Stephanie and say, Jiu Lei Lo Mo. But I don't. Instead, I just sit and I stew on self-destructive thoughts. I'm like, yeah, my Mandarin is really awful. I mean, no wonder Stephanie didn't want to be friends with me. How embarrassing that I tried. How humiliating. So from that day forward, I vow that I will never speak Mandarin again. Eventually, everyone realizes that Stephanie is a cunt. And the international student finds a new group of friends. Me and Vivian go back to being best friends again and everything returns to normal. Except, of course, I still refuse to speak Mandarin. Then fast forward a couple of years, I get invited to a relative's wedding. This wedding is in China. Fun fact about China, everyone speaks Chinese. Even the Cantonese know how to speak Mandarin. They just choose not to speak it around me because they are small, petty people. Now, when I'm at this wedding, it is so intense. I've got all these relatives coming up to me saying, hey, you've gotten so fat. And they would tell me to eat more and keep eating and eating and eating. Because clearly they love gaslighting.
I swear to God, you gotten so fat. Here, have some more food. No, more food. More food. I mean, am I too fat or do I need to eat more?
So I excuse myself and I take a breather. I roam around the shops and then I see something that catches my eye. A glimmer of familiarity. It's a bubble tea stand. Now, bubble tea, if you don't know what that is by this point, you need some fucking help. Right? It's like tea, but way better. It is also my biggest daily financial investment. It's about $9 for a cup of one of these.
God,
in return,
dang.
I receive joy.
Oh, there you go.
Diabetes, but also joy. And this isn't just some like ordinary bubble tea. This is deluxe bubble tea. And I know because it's got like the red plastic hearts on top. Like, not like that char time bullshit. So I very excitedly go up to the counter and I order. And I'm so excited to get this bubble tea. But then when I open my mouth, I can't name any fruits.
Dang.
Like I can't even identify a colour. The images in my mind are really clear, but there's no words that'll come out. And that's when it hits me. I don't know how to speak Mandarin anymore. So from that day forward, I vow to be more in touch with my cultural roots. Maybe not by moving to China, but I have moved to Burwood.
I don't know where that is.
I still think back to my parents saying that Chinese will be useful for my future, and now that I've grown older, I realise that they're right. Because when China takes over the world, it will be handy to know the language of our overlords. But right now, I don't need it for that. I'm just happy knowing that I can order a grapefruit green tea. 谢谢.
Shit, shit. Nah, Jenny Tian's funny. I like her. I think she's absolutely hilarious. But that's all we have for this one. Make sure you guys subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up. It's your boy Neal. Out.